What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Naya Williams, and I'm back with another channeled message. Now, the reason why I have this channeled message and I need to deliver it is because there's a lot of things going on with nature, with the natural disasters, the hurricanes, and then the politics. There's a lot going on in the school system. There's a lot going on in households. There's a lot going on all the time, right? Something's always happening, right? There's everything everywhere all at once. I can't get my earring in this thing. There we go. So my point is, when it comes to change, right? For some people, if you catch on soon enough, you'll be able to avoid it. If you don't, it's going to hit hard and it's going to hit where it hurts. And a lot of the time, it's supposed to hit you to wake you up, right? To let you know there has to be something that changes. Now, when it comes to the hurricanes and everything that has happened, a lot of people are going to move. Now, I know for a fact that migration is embedded in us as human beings. We have to migrate. We have to move. We have to be in new environments. If we don't, the energy gets stagnant. It's just like holding on to something that needs to be let go, or holding on to a relationship that you know is toxic. It's time to move around. And some people, yeah, they can stay in the same energy and it be fine. Those are not the people I'm talking about. The people that have that in them to migrate, to move, to shift the energy, to transmute things, to move around, to just flow in something entirely. Like those people, you have to be in tune with your compass of migration. So when you come to the north or you move to a different location that has a whole entire different system than what you're used to, you're going to have to be initiated into the land, right? You have to be able to do some type of work, do some type of sacrifice, and do some type of clearing out before the land starts to give you exactly what you need. And everybody knows when you're in some type of environment or you're in some type of location, if you know that spirits exist, entities, all of that stuff, if you have those types of beliefs, you will know that there are spirits of the land. There are spirits that live in the trees, that live in the ground, that live in the neighborhood, that you can see but you can't see, you know, the mystical creatures, whatever. Those types of entities, spirits, however you want to call them, they are alive. It's energy, right? They exchange it with energy, other energy, life energy, people, right? So when they exchange this energy with you, it has to be on a mutual note. And I'm going to give an example. I lived here in Michigan for 4 years before I actually started integrating with the land. Because within that whole 4 years of me living here, I was on a timeline like I was still in the South. And I wasn't receiving what I was supposed to be receiving from the land because I wasn't opening myself up to the land. So in order for me to open myself up, I had to clear some shit out the way. It wasn't just about, and it's never just about when it comes to migration, letting in change. It's not just about letting people go and moving on to a new place and repeating the same shit in a different location. It's not about that. It's actually about integrating with what you are changing. So if you get rid of those people, are you integrating with the reason why you're getting rid of those people? Not just because you want to sit here and hold this facade of I don't need nobody, or I can do bad all by myself, or I'm independent, INDEP, and you know, sing the song or whatever, you know, I'm single for life type of fucking mindset. That shit, and you want to live on that, when you get to the new land, it's not going to work out. It's not. Especially if it's not in the same vibration of what you're already in. So in the south of, I would just say in the south of America, because I personally have never traveled anywhere else outside of the United States. When I do get to that point, then I'll be able to give y'all some much deeper and intuitive messages when it comes to different countries and stuff like that. But here in America, the South has its own specific vibration. As you get up north, once you raise your vibration higher, it gets a lot heavier, meaning the air is different. It's a lot more lighter up here, and it's harder to breathe in if you're so used to the toxic shit down south, right? So it takes you a while to even get used to breath, just breathing here in the new fresh air. I had to literally go out into nature consistently to cleanse my energy. I was doing it a lot more than I do now. Now it's more of a balance of being inside and outside. But my point is that when you get to a new vibration, it shifts, it changes. There's new things that you have to do. There's old things that you have to let go. There's new things you have to integrate with. There's old things that you have to fully comprehend and understand. There's things that you have to apply. There's things that you have to actually work on and just actually exercise that muscle mentally in order for you to get into that space of you actually receiving back from the land that you're staying in. And I'm talking about receiving back in abundance, meaning that shit never dries out, meaning that shit overflows, meaning that when you're here on the land, you're getting opportunity after opportunity, blessing after blessing after blessing. We're not sitting here talking about this one time back in 2020 when you got blessed with this one thing. No, we're talking about blessings year after year after year after year, pushing it month after month after month after month. You have to keep up with the land. And if you don't know how to harvest the shit that is on your land, how are you going to be able to harvest it somewhere else? Same thing with people who want to move from the city to farmland. How are you going to be able to manage a big ass 20 plus acres of land, 15 plus 5-6 acres of land when you don't even know how to manage the plot of land that you're living on now? Meaning you don't know how to take care of the soil, you don't cut the grass, you don't do nothing to keep up with the maintenance, you don't know how to do none of that shit now. So how are you going to do that shit later, let alone add farm life onto that shit, a garden onto that shit, other people's other properties so more people can live on? Like, people have dreams, yes, you can have goals, but baby, when you break that shit down, be more realistic on how you going to get there. You either going to get that shit yourself and hustle for that shit, or you going to use somebody to get that shit. And that right there will set the difference right off the motherfucking bat. So the reason why I am giving this message is for, like I said, for the ones that are in tune with their migration compass and their pull for migration as humans. And we know that we have to get into a new environment. We have to do things differently. We got kids involved. We got loved ones involved. We got animals involved. We got other people involved. And we need to make decisions that are best for everybody and yourself. It's a very selfless act. You have to understand that moving from one location to the next is not just about making sure you can financially be stable in that location, but also spiritually too, to receive abundance in that location. Meaning, how are you going to raise your children in that new location? What type of school system are they going to go to? What type of educational system are they going to get involved in when it comes to extracurricular activities and the environment, the neighborhood? What type of schedule are you going to be working on? What job are you going to be working at? How much money are you going to be bringing in? And the same thing with your partner. And what are y'all going to invest y'all's money into? All of these different things have to be considered when you're moving into a different location, because you'll get there on that high, on that wave of this the new shit, this the we getting more money than da 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 da, and you still got those old habits. You spend like you spend out in the South. You buying big shit, buying this and this and that, and then when it hits you, the land like, we done gave you all this good shit. You done came up here. Now where my check at? Oh, you spiritually deprived? You can't get it? You broke? You don't got enough prana in you? You don't got enough life force in you to give back to me? All right. Now watch this. there's karma in everything. That's the balance. That's the balance. Once you give energy to something, it's going to give back to you. And once it gives back to you, you got to give to it. And it flows like that. Naturally. It just flows. So if you are someone who actually trusts in themselves for the way that they flow and the way that they do their daily meditation, spiritual gifting and rituals, whatever type of things you do, if it's just prayer, going to church, or however you do it, you know already that where you're at is where you're supposed to be. Where you're supposed to be or where you're being guided to is what's best for you at the end of the day. Whether it's coming up north or staying in the south, or if it's moving to a whole nother country, whatever the shift may be. If it's just moving to one house to another house in the same city, whatever it may be, just know that it's not just about having the nicer things in life. It's about being able to maintain the nicer things in life. Meaning, if you can maintain it, you can keep it. And the shit you don't maintain, you won't keep it. Right? So if you don't maintain... Now I'm going to say maintain. Manage. There you go. Yeah. Right word. Because I said maintain. I mean, it kind of means the same thing, but what I was supposed to say was what you can manage, you can keep. And what you can't keep, you can't... What you can't manage, you can't keep. Right. So saying that meaning if you cannot manage your money, how you spend it, your energy, your currencies, like I explained in my overcoming debt guide, and if you haven't, go check that out on my website. But like I explained in my guide, the 3 different types of currencies, if you don't know how to manage spending those 3 different types of currencies, and you don't know how to manage your time, you don't know how to manage your money, you don't know how to manage your spiritual depth, that shit can robust. It can just go all over the motherfucking place. But one thing that most people will know how to manage are other people and how they act, what they say, what they do, how they feel, what they should or shouldn't be feeling, how they should and should not think of you. All those other things that don't matter, but that's what seems to be the only thing that stays around. Yeah, see? Because you keep it. So with that being said, I hope this message resonated with somebody. I really do hope and pray that with this whole situation, everything just gets balanced out like it does naturally. And if anyone is looking for one-on-one or personal guidance, always hit that link in my bio, which is the link tree, and book a service with me. Thank you guys for tapping in, and I'll see you guys on the next one.